Hello there YouTube, it's Jason, also known as the Black Bean Boy, and today I am back with another video. So today is Tuesday, August 25th, 2026. I hope you're having a great day. The premise of today's vlog is today's Tuesday and I don't have anything planned for the day. And I was thinking to myself, what could I possibly do for the vlog today? And I came up with a really cool idea. Basically, I'm going to be telling you guys my top 5 favorite Disney rides of all time. You know, I'm going to start with some honorable mentions, and then I'm going to go through my list of my top 5 favorite Disney rides. And this is going to be a cool video. I think some of you guys are going to be surprised by some of the rides that I pick. And also, the format I'm going to follow is I'm going to tell you guys the ride, and then I'm going to pull up a picture of the ride on my computer so you can kind of see like the outside of what the ride looks like. And I'm going to talk about the rides. I'm super excited to make this video, and yeah, this is Black Bean Boy me, my top 5 favorite Disney rides of all time. So first, I'm going to start with some honorable mentions. These are rides that unfortunately didn't make my top 5 list, but they're still rides that I love. So the first ride that is on the honorable mention list is Dinosaur, the ride that recently closed at Disney's Animal Kingdom. I used to ride that ride pretty much every time I went to Animal Kingdom as a kid and as an adult. It was one of my favorite rides, and I'm so sad they got rid of it. I was there for its last day of operation with my brother. I did a really cool video. It was sad, but yeah, that was definitely one of my favorite Disney rides. Another one that recently closed this year was the Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith. They rethemed it to Muppets. That was another one of my favorite Disney rides, and unfortunately, they just got rid of it. They rethemed it. Another ride that I absolutely loved that didn't make the cut was Dumbo. I absolutely love riding Dumbo. It is one of my favorite rides, but it doesn't beat out any of the rides on my top 5 list. I also like the Tiki Room, but that's technically an attraction, but I do classify it as a ride also. Unfortunately, Space Mountain also didn't make my top 5 list, even though that is one of my favorite rides in the Magic Kingdom. There's just too many rides to choose to put in like a top 5 list, so I feel bad. But, you know, I guess this is kind of like my top 10. You know, unofficial top 10. But yeah, I absolutely love Space Mountain. Last but not least for the honorable mention list is Pirates of the Caribbean. I absolutely love that ride as well. It makes me think of my childhood at Walt Disney World, and it's just a great ride. It's an all-time classic. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you guys number 5 on my official favorite Disney ride list. It's Star Tours at Disney's Hollywood Studios. This is a ride that I always do whenever I go to Disney's Hollywood Studios or MGM Studios, whatever you want to call the name of the park. I've been doing that ride for years. Ever since I was a kid, you know, back when it was MGM Studios, we would always do Star Tours because, you know, it was never like a ride with like a huge wait time. You know, it was always manageable. Sometimes it would get a little bit busy, but, you know, you get a fast pass for it and you'd be able to hop on it. Especially if you went in the morning, you could just kind of not even have to wait in any line. It was like a walk-on. So Star Tours is top 5 Disney rides of all time. I just love that whole area of Hollywood Studios. It just reminds me of, you know, the old days, and it's just nostalgic for me. And I love Star Wars. It's still my favorite Star Wars ride in all of Disney. And, you know, it's an all-time classic. So, yeah. Number 4 might shock you guys. It's Spaceship Earth over in Epcot. The ride that is literally inside of the Epcot ball. I absolutely love Spaceship Earth. It's a ride that I pretty much do every time I go to Disney, every time I go to Epcot. It's underrated in my opinion, and I really hope they don't change it. I think it's perfect the way it is. I really just love the ride because I'm a huge history nerd. So I love how you start with like the cavemen, and then you go through like ancient Egypt, and it takes you all through history. My favorite part is actually when you see Michelangelo painting the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. I love that part, and then I love the Steve Jobs part at the end. They don't call him Steve Jobs, but it's the dude in the garage programming on his computer. I love that part as well. So yeah, number 4 is Spaceship Earth. That ride is amazing. If you guys have never done it, I highly recommend you do it. It's just an awesome ride. Number 3 is another ride that you can find at Epcot. It's Journey into Imagination with Figment. This ride, I didn't really do a lot as a kid, maybe once or twice, but it has grown on me so much that it is one of my favorite rides. Whenever I go to Epcot, I always do Figment as well. Those are the 2 rides I do at Epcot. Figment and Spaceship Earth. Figment is just such a great ride. It's just all about the imagination and all the senses. I'm not talking about the OG version from like the 80s. I'm talking about the modern version. I just think it's a great ride. Every time I ride it, I feel happy. Figment is just so lovable, so cute, so funny. And, you know, it really, just whenever I ride it, I get a feeling of like childlike wonder and nostalgia, even though I said I didn't really ride it as much as a kid, you know. But as an adult, I ride it every time I go. It is such a great ride, and it lifts my mood immediately when I ride it. I come off that ride feeling so happy, and it's just a great ride. I really hope they don't change that one as well. I know they announced that they were going to change it, but I hope it falls through. I hope that Disney decides to change something else and leaves Figment the way it is. But that is a great, great Disney ride. It's number 3. It's close. You know, it doesn't beat my number 1, but it's a close second. But I'm actually going to tell you guys number 2 right now. So number 2, the ride that beat out Figment for the number 2 spot is Snow White's Scary Adventures. This ride no longer exists. I believe they got rid of it like 2012, 2013-ish, before they built New Fantasyland. This was one of my favorite rides as a kid. Even though some parts of it were scary, I just loved the ride. I'm a huge fan of the movie Snow White. I think that's Walt Disney's greatest achievement, greatest movie. It's a great film, and that ride just was like being transported into the movie. I absolutely loved that ride, and I'm so sad they got rid of it. I feel like once they got rid of that ride is when they started to get rid of a whole bunch of other rides, and it's just really unfortunate. It was a classic Disney dark ride, and I miss it. You know, it's just like a character meet and greet now. I don't know why they got rid of it. It was a great ride, and not a lot of people remember it, sadly. And I feel like, you know, some of you guys who are younger maybe didn't get a chance to ride it. So it's unfortunate they got rid of it, but it was one of my favorite rides, and it'll always have a special place in my heart. I will always remember that ride. And yeah, it was just a great attraction. Okay, guys, so now it's time for my number 1 favorite Disney ride of all time. It might come as a surprise or it might not, but I'm a huge fan of this little yellow bear with the red shirt, Winnie the Pooh. The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh is my favorite Disney ride of all time. Ever since I was a kid, I was obsessed with that ride. I've always been a big fan of Winnie the Pooh, but that ride in particular drew me in for some reason. I don't know if it's just like the pacing of the ride. If you've never ridden it, basically you start out in like a honeypot buggy, like a honeypot with wheels, you know, kind of, you're just in like a honeypot, and you go through the 100-acre woods, and, you know, it kind of goes through parts of the movie from the 70s. You know, there's like the blustery day scene. You go inside of Owl's house. I love seeing Rabbit's garden and Roo hanging on to like a scarf. His mom is like hanging onto a scarf, and then Roo is about to fly away in the wind because he's so small. And then, you know, you go through the night part with Tigger bouncing everywhere, and then you meet up with Pooh, and he gets transported to his like dream world with the Heffalumps and Woozles, and that part's like really trippy. And then after that part, it is like the rainy part with the song that I absolutely love, and it's just everything in the 100-acre woods is flooded, and it's raining, and it's just peaceful but also scary because a part of the ride, Piglet is about to get swooped up in a big waterfall. He's about to fall down a waterfall, so all of the characters are trying to save him. And then Pooh is stuck in a tree because he jumped into like a tree hole to get honey. So he's stuck in a tree. And then, you know, it goes to the last scene where they're basically having a party for Pooh because he saved the day. And then it pans to Pooh inside of the tree, trying to get honey inside of the tree. He's like stuck inside of a tree hole with honey. But yeah, the Winnie the Pooh ride in Magic Kingdom is my all-time favorite Disney ride. Nothing will ever beat it. Every time I ride it, I feel like a 7-year-old kid again. It just makes me happy. It makes me think of my childhood, and it's just a great ride. It just, nothing makes me happier in Walt Disney World than riding that ride. So yeah, that was my list. My top 5, not 10. It was an unofficial 10. My top 5 favorite Walt Disney World rides of all time. You know, leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what your list is. But yeah, like I said, this was hard for me to put in like a list format because I have so many rides that I just love at Disney. So I feel bad for the ones that I put in the honorable mention part. Because, I do love Space Mountain. I love Dinosaur. I love Pirates of the Caribbean, Dumbo. But, I have my top 5. Those are kind of the rides I always do. Let me do a quick recap. Number 5 was Star Tours. Number 4 was Spaceship Earth. Number 3 was Figment. Number 2 was Snow White. And number 1 was Winnie the Pooh. Those are my top 5 favorite Walt Disney World rides of all time. And yeah, please feel free to let me know your favorite Walt Disney World rides. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe. I make awesome daily vlogs every single day. I literally make a video every day, or I try to make a video every day. But yeah, if you guys made it this far, this is from me, the Bean, to you. Thank you so much for always watching my videos. I always appreciate you guys' support. And you never have to watch the videos, but I really appreciate it. And if I could just make one person happy every single day by putting out a video, that is literally my mission. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys have a beautiful Tuesday. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I love you guys all. Today was Tuesday, August 25th, 2026. I am Jason, also known as the Black Bean Boy, or the Bean, or Beanie, whatever you want to call me. I love you guys all. Bye-bye. Winnie the Pooh has an important message for you guys. Make sure to subscribe for more Black Bean Boy daily vlogs. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.